Hey, welcome to another episode of Meet the Shoe podcast. I'm Sade.
I'm Nina. What's up, Wednesday?
Happy Wednesday. So, they have wrapped it up. The P. Diddy trial is wrapping up. They're in
Right,
closing arguments. The judge asked P. Diddy if he wanted to testify. You know, they asked that question if you want to testify, you got to get up and stand up and say, no, I'm not testifying on my own behalf. And
right.
he and P. Diddy did say, you're doing a good job. Thank you for everything you have done. Da da da. He's being really kind of gracious, being,
hmm
a man. He's trying to be, hold his feelings in, probably most likely, but that
Right.
was something good he could have done. At
hmm
least he said those things verbally and said, no, I am not testifying on my behalf.
Right. There is so it states that the government has removed instructions from the charges, right?
Mm-hmm.
Relating to attempt kidnapping under both California and New York law,
Okay.
attempt arson under California law, and aiding and abetting sex trafficking. The government is no longer planning to proceed on these theories or liability, so instructions are no longer necessary. So every single thing, according to three charges,
Right.
are dropped, right?
Okay. Mm-hmm.
And so it says that the defense is claiming to wrap up by Tuesday after 6 weeks of testimony, and
Yes,
they
but
are not calling on any witnesses.
no witnesses. For what? Is there's no I mean, there's really no need to call any witnesses because the witnesses the prosecution had was most likely their witnesses they end up cross examining anyway. So why bring them back up? You know what I'm saying? Cassie wasn't gonna come back.
My thing
So,
is this, Sade, think of this. You're on trial fighting for your life.
mm-hmm.
You have moved the United States and the world. The whole world knows you. The whole world knows
Right.
you're on trial.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I asked someone today that's prominently in the industry, in our industry, has major connections and
Right.
plugs, right?
Mm-hmm.
He
Mm-hmm.
called today and we interviewed him before, right?
Okay.
And so he states that guilty or not guilty for Diddy. We say not guilty because what
He
people
said
don't,
not guilty as well.
yeah.
I
He
said the same
said,
thing.
and I asked him, I said, why hasn't anybody came and stood up for Diddy, right? Not just one person, right? Why hasn't anyone came to court, right?
Well, Kanye came.
Like, that's what I said. I said Kanye and G-Dep. They're the
Yep.
only two. A
Kanye,
previous artist.
Kanye couldn't even go into the courtroom. He went in the overflow room, but he
Right,
still
right. So G-Dep, I don't know if G-Dep made it inside, but he definitely got questioned and bombarded
yes,
outside, right?
his
And
best
he had
friend,
someone with him. I don't know the guy that was with him, right?
right? Mm-hmm,
But I know
mm-hmm.
it's G-Dep. Here's the thing. When you're going to jail, as we know, you're stranded, right? You don't have nobody that's gonna ever come and save you because you're
Yeah.
behind the wall and the courts say you can't go, right?
Mm-hmm.
So my thing is he moved mountains for the industry. Yes, he
Yes.
messed over a lot of people,
Mm-hmm.
but you gotta think where's his mind mentally for nobody standing up for him.
You already
Nobody's came to help his kids. Nobody. I'm just saying, if it was said that that's what they did, Kanye and G Dep is the only people.
know. Mm-hmm.
Now I'm gonna say, the guy Ray Daniels, right? He's of the industry.
Mm-hmm.
He stated all while this been going on. He been kind of back and forth like everybody has been going according to the evidence, right? But he did say this, that nobody can say that they're his friend if they ain't came and represented him at court. You
Right.
cannot say I don't care what's going on. He's not under scrutiny like R. Kelly was with under minors. These
Right.
are full grown adults, full grown ruthless women. Look at
Exactly.
the tape that we released from what Cassie was saying, right? That's going
Exactly.
around on the internet, right?
Mm-hmm.
That
Mm-hmm.
we discussed. Cassie said how she would kill. She even implicated Diddy. Diddy didn't even know what she was talking about.
Right.
She said that I'll kill you and then I'll kill you again and he'll kill you.
Ooh, yeah.
According to the viciousness of what she's become on her own. He didn't tell her to do that.
He didn't. She did it
And
on her
then we got these all these conversation about people stating well, I needed to pay my rent. I needed to pay my bills. That's bullshit. We the
own. Mm-hmm.
BS, excuse me. That's BS, right?
It
That's
is.
BS because everybody knows you just didn't want to lower yourself down and go back to working a job. It's no such thing that you couldn't pay your bills.
Right.
You didn't want to change your lifestyle. Say that.
Exactly.
Don't
You,
say
right.
that
You
you
didn't
couldn't
want
pay
to,
your bills.
exactly. You didn't want, no, leave it alone. You didn't want to change your lifestyle. Right.
These people get used to that money and
Yeah,
they'll do anything for it. And they say
mhm.
it specifically states, we've been hearing since we was a kid, money is the root to all evil.
It is. Most
So
definitely.
if
Yeah.
the money is the root to all evil, then why are you doing evil with evil? You know better. He didn't hold. I
He didn't
still
hold
have
a
yet.
gun. I don't think he held a gun to anybody's head. You know what I'm saying? They wanted to do the things they wanted to do. It's the thing that it gets me that they talk about the sex part. It's like their own bedroom thing. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah.
And it's not like he forced people to do that. And then the people he brought into the bedroom, that was their job. I mean, that
And
was
they were willing. They were willing participants.
yeah,
The
willing.
men that said, the men that were on there that was stating, oh, what did they say? They were only paid $200 and $400, right? But
Right,
then when they said, "Oh, I'll you gotta do it to Cassie in front of Diddy," a lot of them couldn't perform because that wasn't their thing. They were
right,
into women, wholeheartedly into women, and
right.
then the tricks came with
Mhm.
at the end when her and Diddy was ending to where they would make it to where the people would have a separate room from them and going through all these things. Okay, do it to them and then have it on speaker so I can
Mm,
hear it. Like, and then it's like, Diddy, you're standing over there in the corner jacking off while your girl is getting bust down. Like, how could
right.
you in your I'm saying these
Well, but
women.
that, but you know what, Danina? That's a mental disability he has. That's his. That you could tell he was, just like a drug addict. He couldn't help himself. That was a drug to him. Another part of his drug. You got Gamblers Anonymous. People gamble too much. You gotta go to Gamblers Anonymous.
Sade,
Sex
hold on,
Anonymous.
wait a
He
minute,
need.
wait a
I'm
minute,
telling you, baby. I'm
wait a
serious.
minute.
Sex Anonymous. That's what he need. He needs some treatment, baby. Sex Anonymous. That's what he need to be. And drug
Okay, I
Anonymous.
can see him having a full sex addiction, right?
Yeah, because look, Danina, the thing is, you got your house raided in March and you still was freaking off after that? Girl, that got to be mentally retardation.
I mean, just Sade, what the hell can a person? I don't get the quick to I can get off on my mate getting off
No,
with somebody else,
no.
and I'm watching like
That
he's
that
standing there jerking off
mm-mm,
while his woman is being penetrated, and he's
mm-mm,
watching this. Like
mm-mm.
I don't get it.
Not at
But
all.
I'm not a man, so you know what I'm saying. So I wouldn't understand none of that, right? Here's the
Mm-hmm.
thing. Who's gonna how is it gonna be returned? Because he's coming home. Like we
Yeah,
knew from the gate, he was
yeah.
not gonna get no life sentence.
No, he's
He's
not.
not gonna get a big sentence.
No.
He could get time served, or he could get released after the year and a day. He could get it all the way knocked down to a year and a day. Either
Yeah,
way it goes, if they give him 1, 2, or 3 years, he comes home this year.
exactly. Yeah, because he did some
He get
time.
3 years, then he would come home in December, right? He
Mm-hmm.
get 2 years, it will bounce in between September and I'm saying to the halfway house. Now, if he wants to be a G about it and take it to the door,
Mm-hmm.
right? He can do that. But me seeing him and his
Yeah,
mental and
yeah. He
watching him, this is our first time
fucking
seeing him
child.
in pictures of him in court, but they
Mhm.
really ain't showing it, right?
Right.
He's gonna say, give me
Work
half the
related.
house or whatever. You
Yeah,
know, he gonna do
yeah.
all of that. He
Or
wants to
house
be
arrest.
free.
Yeah. He wants to get out the fastest way possible. Any
Yeah,
program. But you know what? When you say about friends, they didn't show up in court. But what if
not
they
one.
accepted his phone calls, talked to him on the phone, say, look, because a lot of people don't like to go in the courthouse. You know what I'm saying? Dog, I love you, but I can't come in that courthouse. You call me every day, all day. I don't care. But I can't come in there. I put some money on your books. I even write you. Send you a card, maybe. You know what I'm saying? I will honor those type of people too.
Well,
Because
I'm
people
gonna say
scared of
this.
the
I'm
law.
gonna say that. I'm gonna say this. I had a lot of friends that I did a lot of things for as a young girl
Yeah.
because I went in when I was young, right?
Mm-hmm.
I had a lot of friends that they didn't stand up for me. They didn't have my back, right?
Oh wow. Yeah, like me too.
I've had a few of them, and I'm not even gonna name names because it's
Yeah.
still at this age, it's still in an emotional situation, right?
It
But I will
is.
say a lot of my friends were there. I mean, not a lot, excuse me. The small amount of my friends were there for my kids like they are now.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
There for my kids to the
Good.
point where my kids were used to them and confide in them
Yeah.
versus me. I
Yeah.
had a mental problem with that when I got home because I'm like,
Oh,
you're my kids. How is you
I
still
know, right?
going to my mama, going to my friends,
Yeah.
going to my fake sister, right?
Right.
But I could say for her phony baloney self, she
She
was
she's there
there
for
for
the
them
kids.
when I was
Mm-hmm.
gone,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Okay. So, but also that's to a fault because some people, not the real ones that's still with me now, right?
Right.
They will hold against you that I had some fake ones that hold against you that, oh, I was there for you when you
Yeah.
was gone and I gave you money when you was gone. Oh,
You shouldn't
but
even
you
have to
did it to
mention that.
talk about it.
You shouldn't have to mention that.
There you go.
We know who
Kept
was there.
score on me. You kept score
You
on
kept
me
score.
to
Yeah.
throw it back up in my face.
Yeah.
For the ones that is gonna hear this and they're listening to this, you know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? They know they don't have no reason to feel no kind of way because they
Right.
wrote it out with me and they're still here to this day.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
then the ones that get offended by it, if I could middle finger you on this YouTube, I would, but that's exactly what I mean.
I know. And you
And
know
it's
what the bad
and
part
every
about you, and then they be back right back in your face when you come home.
and everybody
In
is saying their little judgments about about us cut our podcast and what we cover, but from day one we have not fell off on what our businesses of being here. We
right.
did it and we're talking about it and we're
Mm-hmm.
continuing to keep everybody informed about it. If you
Yes.
don't like it, change the channel.
Change the channel.
Don't watch. Don't
Don't,
be
we're
my
not
friend
looking
on none of my media. You won't
at
see it
yeah,
if you don't like it so bad, right?
exactly. Yeah.
And the reason why, just like we stated, we're gonna cover the politics, the prison system.
Prisons.
That's what we're gonna cover, period. And
Yep.
entertainment.
So look at the okay, now that the jury is deliberating,
Yeah.
do you think okay, so they're gonna so this case the sex trafficking is still there. The
Mhm.
RICO is gone. Is the RICO gone or
The RICO is lessened. There wasn't enough there wasn't enough points in it. RICO you have to fall in between um a 5 and 10 year period of it.
okay?
The 5 and 10 year period of Cassie had expired.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh,
Majority of the things with
and then you have to have two or more in conspiracy with that RICO, which it wasn't.
it
They
wasn't
didn't
nobody.
have
He was
nobody
in conspiracy with his damn
with
self.
his damn self, girl. Girl, I'm
Yeah,
like, how can y'all say he? Come on now, he ain't conspired nobody. Y'all don't even have another person sitting on trial with him. They supposed to be on trial with him when it's a RICO like that. They usually have their courts together. It's not severance. It's together. And I'm
yeah.
like,
I mean, I'm thinking that I'm typing in now to see what the remaining of the charges are.
I saw sex trafficking,
They take away the so here's the lesser of the charge that's left, and they're saying that doesn't even hold any weight,
forced
is
labor count,
transportation to engage in prosecution.
prostitution.
Yeah,
The
that's the
transportation to engage in prostitution is a
yeah.
state misdemeanor charge.
Right.
It
Yeah.
ain't a felony. Remember, they
Discharge
keep you walking
allegation
up and
is
down the street. It's almost like solicitation. Walking up and down the street. If you keep on walking up and down the street so many times, they think you're a prostitute. They give you a case for solicitation.
yeah, exactly. And that holds less than a year.
Yeah.
So that could be, that's what I'm saying. That's a time served. Here's the thing. Everything that the judge, everything that the jury could convict him on, right? The
Mm-hmm.
judge can say time served, go home.
Yeah. Yeah, he could.
Because the RICO, there isn't more, there isn't enough people, right?
Mm-mm. Right.
They kept saying, what you guys are not getting is they kept saying over and over that this was funneled through his business. All this shit
That's
was on
right.
Diddy's personal
It's
time.
still time.
Everything was on his personal
Time.
time. This was not this. So it will go as far as this. Okay, come to the studio. And if you come to the studio, we're gonna have sex in the studio. That none of that came out.
No.
That's his job. Come over here to the liquor store.
Right.
I'll come over here to the liquor store. We have some sex at the liquor store. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just
Right.
playing, but I'm serious because we know he has alcohol. We know
Right.
he's in the music business. There was
Right.
nobody that came in there that said that he was having sex in the studio, and he could have. They could
And
have
he could
easily.
have, even if
And
he wanted to, it still does not dictate that you doing this for your business. You're not swapping business for sex. You have to be swapping business for sex. You would have had to be saying, okay, Cass, go over there and freak off with Clive Davis, and he gonna give you $100,000 for our business.
And there is not one person that came and said, Diddy went and bought him an ounce. Diddy went and bought him a
Hmm.
kilo. Diddy went and bought him a 9-piece, a
No,
eighth. None of that,
the
right?
eight
Because we know
ball.
he did cake cocaine, right? He
Okay,
can do an 8 ball. That's personal.
right. That's
That's what I'm
personal, right?
telling you. That
Yeah,
can go right up his nose, and one we know that in one line. He could do one line of that, right?
right,
So
right.
that's
The
what I'm
betrayal.
saying. The boy Brandon
Yes.
that got up there,
Yes.
he stated, I took the point, I got caught with 0.7 grams. He got
That
caught with
is.
less than a gram that
That's
he
it.
took from the hotel.
That's a personal
This is what I'm saying to you. All
petty,
this was a waste of, just think of this now.
petty,
All this was
a waste of
government.
taxpayers' money. A waste of taxpayers' money.
This, I mean,
What is
we
that?
you really have to ask yourself, do you want the government in your bedroom?
No.
Astroglide and baby oil, they talked about that so much that they upped their stocks on stuff. These men that got up there to talk about how they get over er- erectile dysfunction and all
Mm-mm.
this thing. They really made these people rich.
At
At the same
the
time,
same time,
they
yep.
embarrassed them.
Embarrassed them and but made them rich at the same time. Girl,
Yeah.
it's just that all that was real stupid. So they done lessened all these charges, dropped a lot of the charges. What is forced labor counts? What in the heck is that?
Forced
Sex
labor.
trafficking and forced labor counts. So you forcing people to have sex,
Mhm. But he
but
didn't do
nobody
that.
said it was forced. Nobody said they was coerced. They did it
Everybody
because
keeps
they
saying
wanted to.
Diddy was found not guilty. That's what the internet's saying.
The
The whole
internet said it
internet
now.
is
I,
saying not guilty.
everyone,
I
everyone.
mean, because we knew from the gate, if we took all of our videos and we put them together and we show from day 1 to day 27, what are we on? 28 now, day 28, right? Might be day 29, I don't know, but whatever day we're on, right? If we took all these videos and put them together, we would say from day one, there's
That's what it
no,
said.
how are you
No
wanting
Rico.
somebody to go to jail for these women accepted it? When the girl said that, didn't that blow you away that she said that he's still paying her rent?
Yes. And in the same breath, she said she was mad because he was messing around with
Young
Miami, so she
Miami.
kept on wanting to do her part to keep up with him and her.
But Miami wasn't even doing none of that.
Miami didn't have to. She's a young buck, baby. She's 25 years old,
No,
26.
no, no. She 31.
She is. Oh
Yes,
well, 31 now.
she's a 90s kid,
Yep,
honey.
she showed is
Our
31 years
kids is
old.
in
The rest
the
of us a little older. Girl, bye.
90s. She was a 90s. She's so 90s. She say
Yes,
it,
she
you
is.
know.
Oh my
But
God. I think she's 25. She's 31.
no, she's
Mm.
31.
Well,
Mm.
so you can't keep on competing with why? For what? Let them do whatever they do and you stop doing what you doing. But you kept on doing it with other people too. Remember she said that?
Yeah,
She wasn't the only one she was doing that with.
yeah.
She was doing it with other folks. Look, that's why 50 Cent called her you little sex worker you. Yeah, he knew she was doing way more than just in that house over there with P. Diddy.
Hmm.
She was all around with the celebrities doing that shit.
And what people's not realizing, so from Diddy was a billionaire, right?
Oh, he's the way down, huh?
He's down to 400 million now.
Right.
It's a guarantee that when he gets out of here, he will be past the billion mark again.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Just for his interviews, just for his magic touch on things.
Yes.
That's where people's forgetting that his stock is gonna go all the way back up. I don't care
Oh, yeah.
what they're saying, right? What they're trying to make of it is still gonna go
But
all the way
but
back
you
up.
know what, y'all, don't get us wrong. He is a piece of shit for putting his hands and feet on any woman.
Yeah.
Do
Oh
not,
yeah, he definitely
he
is.
is a piece of shit.
And
Yes.
we've never disputed from day one, especially as us being victims of
Yes.
domestic
Of
violence,
abuse. Domestic
right?
abuse. Yes.
I definitely have been through the black eye, busted up lips, all of that,
And
right?
look, okay, hitting the head.
But I'm saying I've never and in this instance, I guess a man knew not to try me. Ain't
Okay.
nobody ever asked me to do no threesomes,
No.
sell myself,
Mm-mm.
watch me while they get off. Ain't none of that.
No. No.
It's just a line of respect
It's
that's
a,
just
it's a,
it's
yeah.
just not asked.
It is. It's not a
It's
line.
just I'm with Dr. Umar with that. Ain't no black girl. You gonna sit and you gonna wait. Realistically,
Right.
you gonna
Okay.
wait.
You
One that
ain't,
love and respect herself. You gonna
ain't
wait.
gonna be doing
Period.
all that. Yeah. But the thing is, he yeah, I don't know. I know, I feel in my heart he's gonna be found not guilty, or it's gonna be a mistrial. And this mistrial, it ain't even worth y'all recharging this man. Hung jury.
No, no, that's why they dropped. There's no need for a mistrial. That's why they dropped the three charges. So
Mm,
they're not even describing those
right.
three charges, right?
Yeah.
And by them not describing it, the jury don't get instructed on that. The jury, I had
They're
it
getting
pulled
new
up
instructions,
earlier.
right? They're getting all new instructions on the new charges. That's what's gonna happen.
Yeah, so their new instructions are to just focus on the things that they saw, like the videotape, right? That's mostly what they're focused on. They know that that's a domestic violence. Well, the crime on the domestic violence isn't holding anything. It's
Yeah,
not holding anything.
it shouldn't hold no federal court charge anyway.
Yeah, kidnapping, arson, and trafficking is all dropped against him, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so like I said, like we stated, the what you said, the pimp. I mean, look, I'm saying pimping and panhandling. What you say when you walk down the street and you're selling yourself, that's a solicitation charge.
Yeah, they can say prostitutional solicitation if they don't, say if you have not got picked up by somebody. But yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
Well, I want to say that as far as Diddy goes, we wish him the best.
mm-hmm,
We
mm-hmm.
have been in this situation before, so nobody wants to see him go to jail because in this situation of what he is charged with, not what they say he's done, not what they say he's guilty of, but
Yes.
these charges right here, he deserves to be free
Yeah,
because we don't want
because it's not what
nobody
is
in our bedroom, right?
exactly, exactly.
And I wish him well to get home to them daughters, right? He still
I
has the
know
three
the
young
baby's
daughters, right?
four.
Four?
Yeah, remember
Oh yeah,
Crunkins, twins,
4.
them your
Sorry,
baby.
yep, 4. So
Hmm.
4 young daughters, right? They're all under the age of 20. Get
Yes.
home to them. They need your influence. The boys, they're grown. They're in their
Yeah.
30s, right?
Yeah.
So they're old enough to withstand whatever. But the
Yeah.
girls that are still teenage, they're teen and kids, right?
Right.
So get home to them. And I'm pretty sure, like, they came and they supported their father.
They did. They really
They
did.
know that he was on drugs and out of his mind when he was doing.
Hmm.
And but the thing about it is, all of the bodyguards
Yeah.
stated he was drunk. He was always on dope. They
Wow.
stated that. So this isn't
So
like
he
he was
needs treatment.
they said he was a Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde. Even Gene Deal said if he tell you he gonna do something for you, he gonna give you something, you better get it right then. Get it then. He thought it was funny when that man was like, "Oh, I went back and I was trying to get a job and work for Diddy because I hid the tape." He said, "You should have got what you was
Right
gonna
then
get
and
right
there.
then and there.
Yeah.
You should have never waited." And see, even Gene Deal said he wasn't even in charge of his phone. He didn't even know you contacted him.
Wow.
If he ain't in charge of his phone, then what's the point of? He only on his phone, when he want to be on his phone. Other than
Right.
that,
Somebody else got it. See,
somebody else. Because even us knowing all these celebrities let other people handle their stuff.
yes, they do. Most
That's
definitely.
I don't know if I could do all that now.
I can't either. I can't let nobody handle all my business. I want to know what's going on right then and there.
Yeah.
Somebody text me, I'm looking at my damn self.
That man said, Sade, that man said, the boy that testified against him said he got 1,000 phone calls and text messages every single day.
1,000.
That boy said, I didn't get no sleep. I never slept. I always had to sleep at the studio.
Right.
I had to sleep when he
But if
slept.
you
I can only sleep when he slept.
but when you're a celebrity like that, you assisted under somebody like that, you already know what the job gonna entail. You guys to be manhandling his business and the phones and them emails. That's why I understand what Capricorn talk about, but you left before and then you come back. Get your ass up out of here.
But she
Excuse
left
me.
to come back. She left to come back because it was good for her in some
Yes.
instance, right? She was looking to keep those resources up and keep those perks. Imagine how many things that Diddy would get for free. All the
Yes.
things that he had at his fingertips, those people had access to it. Here's
Yes.
another thing that they're pointing out. The I don't know if that's calling him Uncle Paulie or it was one of the head of securities, Paul, and
Okay.
then D-Rock.
Okay.
Those people didn't come and testify.
No.
Those people
Why not?
weren't nowhere around they have not been seen on video with the
Oh,
children,
okay.
with the mama, with nobody.
Mm.
How or why they're not involved in this situation is
That's
very
weird.
shocking to everybody.
Yeah, that is
That
weird.
are they going to come back later and try them?
Ooh.
And even the same with why what's her name, Misa and Mary J fall
Hey,
out.
right. You remember what they fell out for, but because she wasn't getting in touch, Mary J just wasn't getting in touch with her over another artist. They, I guess, were fighting over. But it got to be thicker than that.
It's
It can't
something
be.
else.
It can't be. You know what I'm saying? Because both of y'all trying to shoot for the same artist. And he
They have
and that
not been,
artist ain't doing nothing. That artist ain't on nothing.
but guess what? They have not been friends before, right around the time
Time he got
that
picked.
Diddy got in
Ray.
went to jail.
Oh yeah.
When Diddy got indicted, they have not been friends since then.
Mm.
Then when he went to jail, because she said they hadn't been on stage, they hadn't seen each other since some type of women's fest in 2024.
Mm.
They
Mm-hmm.
hadn't even seen each other, but then the allegations come out. When was that? In May?
May. Yeah.
So
March.
this had been over a year and a half that they hadn't seen each other or
Right.
talked to each other on the phone.
Hmm. Never know what's going on.
Yeah.
Well, we pray we're gonna be listening out and see when his verdict come out, because it's gonna be breaking news.
It said it's probably gonna come out probably by Tuesday. We will know.
But they deliberating tomorrow,
Yep, starting
so they
tomorrow.
want to be done before the 4th of July. So hey, it could be 6 hours. They can have it tomorrow night. They can have it Friday night. But whatever happened, we going on live in our pajamas, raggedy hair. I don't give a damn what we got on.
Right.
We going live.
Okay, so and lastly, so they're stating that Trump has enlisted it
Mm-mm.
says for young adults 18 to 25 enlisted in the US Army is possible.
Girl,
That
no.
Trump is stating that. And so people's making jokes like, "Oh, this is what you want. You like crashing out. You like shooting innocent people. This is all for you, right?" So
Mm-hmm.
y'all keep that in mind. They said with a background.
I thought they said ones without a background with a background couldn't get enlisted in the army. That'd be
They
the
said
last
that
resort.
Trump said,
Mm.
look, I'm retyping, I'm re-seeing it again.
Wow. Because
Hold
I
on,
think
y'all. Let me not miss because
the people that was already in the military now, they'll be called, if it was a war, they'll be called first. Then they'll get the people out of retirement that's in the military. Then they will go into deploying young men 18 or whatever and up.
information from such regarding Trump's statement about military enlistments with
And I think the
backgrounds is
ones with the
unclear.
backgrounds,
Okay, so they're saying that it's unclear and and it's contradictory. But
right.
he's making the threat. What these YNs need to understand is that he's making the threat because he's sick of it.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
seeing this every day, somebody crashing out off of emotions that once you get in front of the judge, you're gonna be crying and begging and pleading that
Okay.
you're sorry.
Yeah. Girl, bye.
But they're saying those are the ones that please provide me. Does not. It's not including the direct quote of what he said, but
Mhm.
he's stating that you keep on pushing it, we're gonna pull it.
Well, he better get the ones that's in prison first and put them out there on the get
Hmm.
them on the out there to fight. Well,
Right. All right. Thank you
thank
for
you
tuning in. We will
guys
see y'all
and
Friday.
support all our sponsors:
Sponsors.
Cashmere Lux, Lena Bean, and Bossed Up Beauty.
Hey, hey,